Hello internet, my name is Brink and welcome to my channel. I really don't make a habit of covering the WoW news that much. First and foremost, there are others out there that do a way better job than I could ever do. Because most of the time it's just really boring content to make. But as a paladin and a gnome lover, I couldn't let this one slide. This is something I've been waiting for a long time now. I even mentioned it in guild chat recently. So what's this news I'm talking about? Well, WoW lore enjoyers, paladin mains, and anyone who's been begging Blizzard for more race freedom on some forgotten classes for years. This is probably the news you've been waiting for. Because it seems Midnight is quietly doing something very interesting with paladins. And I don't think this is random or accidentally at all. Let's dive in deeper and see what this is all about. First, let me kick off with a warning. Midnight spoilers ahead. I don't have a cool red alarm bot like Tally, so if you want to go in blind, just pause the video, save it, and come back later. Oh, you're still here. Good. So what is this all about? Well, let me explain. Undead Paladins. Gnome Paladins. Void Elf Paladins. They're not just fan fiction anymore. They're standing right in front of us. At the very start of Midnight's story, we're thrown straight into chaos. Paladins, priests, champions of the light, all gathered to defend the Sunwell against Xel'Atath and her Void army. And yes, all the big names are there. Lady Liadrin, Turellian and Anduin, the usual light squad, but mixed into the army are characters that should not exist, at least not for us as players. First up, Delas Moonfang. If you played Legion, or maybe even Remix lately, you will remember her. Originally a priestess of the moon, Delas joined the Order of the Silver Hand, becoming a Night Elf Paladin. Something players still can't do, and in Midnight, she's back. Not only that, she's rocking a brand new armor set, fully Night Elf themed, visually distinct from traditional priestesses. And it even gets better. She literally tells us, "Long have I followed the path of the light. Yet I always felt my education incomplete." She felt something was missing. And when she entered the halls of the Silver Hand, that missing piece clicked. She didn't just study the light, she became a paladin. Blizzard could have ignored this character, but they didn't. Instead, they spotlighted her.
Pleasure's all yours. If you don't want it done to you, then don't do it. It's really that simple. Think on what is right. Or just
Next up, Hadwin, the Kulturan paladin we met during Dragonflight. Born in Drustvar, raised in a culture that worships the Tide Mother, not the Holy Light. His family wanted him to be a sailor or a Tide priest. Instead, he picked up a blunt weapon and answered the call of the light. Hadwin didn't abandon Kulturan's beliefs. He reconciled them. He joined the Silver Hand, then Tirisgard, then forged his own paladin code. And all that matters, because Kulturans still cannot be paladins as players. And yet, Blizzard keeps bringing this guy back, front and center. Then there's the quiet one, Aeonara Dawnshade, introduced in the War Within prologue, a Void Elf titled Wielder of the Eclipse. When Telegrus comes under attack by the Shadow Guard, she drops Consecration, not Void tricks, not Shadow spells, straight up Paladin abilities, right in front of you, on the ground, Consecration. And the dialogue is even crazier, even within the darkest of shadows, we can still find ourselves. I mean, if you ask me, that is Blizzard screaming from the top of the roofs that Void and Light can coexist. Okay, all this might not be enough to convince you, I get it. But here's where it really gets crazy. NPCs alone wouldn't be enough, but Midnight goes further, way further. Paladin Chargers for Void Elves and Kulturan. Blizzard added actual Paladin spells. Starcursed Void Strider, Waycrest Griffin. These are Paladin Charger abilities. And it all checks out. They are classified as Paladin spells. Hook into Paladin talents like Cavalier and Divine Spur. Work indoor and in combat. They're not just cosmetic fluff. They're fully integrated into the Paladin toolkit. Yes, they currently use existing mounts. Yes, they may be NPC only. But we've seen this before. Devourer Demon Hunters, Augment Evokers. Blizzard tests the waters before pulling the trigger. Wait, what about Undead Paladins? Oh yeah, let's talk about the elephant in the crypt. Undead Paladins have existed since vanilla. Sir Zelik, in Nexoramus, wielded the light while screaming in agony. Cataclysm? The Scarlet Crusade gets raised into undeath. Still wearing judgment armor, still using paladin magic. The lore has never forbidden it, it's always been a design choice. Okay, what about the gnomes? Gnome Paladins? Hearthstone says yes. Now let's go sideways for a second. Hearthstone. I've played Hearthstone a lot since 2019. Hearthstone has shown Gnome Paladins and Worgen Paladins. And recently, we got a Gnome Paladin hero portrait. Who is it? Gelbin Mechatork, leading an army of mechanized Gnome Paladins, embracing the light in a far future Gnomerican. Alternate timeline? Yeah, sure, I'll grant you that. But Blizzard doesn't do this by accident. Hearthstone is often a testing ground for ideas. And it doesn't stop there. What about the trolls? The Zandalari already walked the path of the paladins through Rizan. That alone is already proof that the light was never off limits to troll culture, only interpreted differently. Their paladins weren't borrowed from humans or dwarves. They were forged through faith in the Loa. And then there's Vol'jin, no longer just a fallen war chief, but a soul bound to the Loa essence. Currently suspended between death, rebirth and something new. If, or rather when Vol'jin returns, it wouldn't just be a character moment, it could fundamentally reshape Darkspear's belief itself. And looking at the state of the current horde, it's exactly what the faction needs right now. A spiritual leader touched by the Loa, walking the path closer to the light, balance or judgment. That's more than enough narrative groundwork to justify Darkspear Paladins, without breaking lore and without retconning the past. And if you ask me, this isn't just theory crafting anymore. Between in-game discoveries, data mined hints, and even Wowhead publishing a full article on the subject, it starts to feel less like speculation and more like Blizzard quietly testing the waters. For me, this is another clear sign. The door isn't just cracked open. Blizzard is seeing how ready we are to walk through it, and if we are willing to embrace this light. And Blizzard, if you do hear this, there is a very small, very determined gnome inside me, hammer raised, armor polished, desperately screaming to be judged worthy of the light. Let him in. This little guy will make the Knights of the Silver Hand proud. I promise you. Paladins are one of WoW's oldest, most iconic classes, arguably the holy grail of class design at Blizzard. For years they were left untouched, unchanged, untinkered, and then suddenly the Earthen Dwarves arrived. Paladins straight out of the box. No build up, no explanation, just done. Of course they are a dwarven culture, but were they not shaped in subterranean regions, excluded from everything that happened during the Ordering of Azeroth? And even with that, Paladins are still one of the most restricted classes in the game. Now look what's happening. Midnight is shining a massive spotlight on Paladin lore. Night Elves, Void Elves, Kultirans, Undead, Gnomes, and maybe even Mechagnomes. NPC wielding new spells, new charges, new visuals. This doesn't feel random, this feels deliberate. This feels like Blizzard saying, prepare for divine intervention. So I ask you, from someone who's thought about this way too much, what do you think? Is Blizzard trolling us hard? Or are these NPCs, mounts and spells a teaser from what's coming? Should Midnight finally unlock more Paladin race options? And if Blizzard does it, who do you want to see embrace the light first? Drop it in the comments, hit like if you liked the video, and I really do appreciate the subscribe to the channel. This really helps out big time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the light of midnight brings out.